You are tuning into another edition of IELTS Face-off. I'm here, Michael Liu, and with my co-host, Phoebe Chen. Now, why do we sound so serious?
Well, because this is a serious show.
Well, it doesn't have to be that serious, but it is news-oriented. Now, because today we're talking about a profession that is all too familiar, yet so mysterious to some. What is that profession?
What are you talking about, Michael?
Well, what I'm talking about is exactly what we have been doing for many, many years, and what our talents for today have been doing for so many, many years. Some people may consider it to be rather glamorous, but is it truly that glamorous?
Well, I think our guest is going to be somebody that I would love to be speaking about, or because we have two guests today, not just one.
Wow.
And one of those guests was actually one of my mentors when I first started out. And we used to spend many, many hours together, him just kind of like breaking down each scene, telling me this scene is not good, that scene is not good.
Now, that is an experience I also shared as well with you. Believe it or not, this guy loves to get to the bottom of things. He is an absolute perfectionist. And
yeah, given your competitive nature, I'm really curious to see what your working relationship with our guest was. And yeah, why don't we just get started in the conversation?
That's right. So, to find out who they are, let's take a look at the video.
My name is Hoàng Linh. I'm a TV producer from VTV International. I'm in charge of producing Talk Vietnam and a special one named The Return Day. I always consider myself as a mirror to reflect the true beauty of life. And thankfully, one sweet day, my better half came and saw her true self inside my mirror.
My name is Phí Linh and I'm a TV host. I've been hosting different kinds of shows on Vietnam television, from talk show to big stage one, including The Voice, Sing My Song, and most recently, King of Rap. I could easily get high with people who share the same passion of producing great shows.
This is going to be rather interesting. It's going to be a trip down memory lane. I'm sure we have plenty of memories to revisit today.
Of course, I can't wait to be able to speak to both of them. I've spoken to the male Ling, but not the female Ling.
Same. So I'm very, very hyped right now. So with no further ado, please welcome Double Ling.
Hi, very nice to meet you guys.
Wow, it's your first interview after you've had your baby.
Yes.
Actually, it's our first interview together.
Together as well.
Officially, yes.
Of course.
Wow, we feel so blessed. It's just, we're the lucky ones, aren't we?
Because we haven't shared any information of ourselves
Together.
the public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it's our pleasure too.
That's wonderful. Now, since you guys are both here, I'm going to ask a question that's probably asked thousands and thousands of times, but everybody's super curious. How did you get to know each other? How did this relationship start? And how did this marriage start?
How to say, I think with me, he's very famous. He's very famous to me because I had seen him several times on TV every day with the show The Return Day, as you know, Ngày trở về. And I could even recognize his voice over in other reports that he had done. So,
hang on a minute. Don't tell me you were his secret admirer. I thought it was the other way around.
We're both secret admirers of each other. Yes.
Wow.
So, although we didn't work together in VTV, but I had always followed him on screen.
Actually, we added Facebook each other. We didn't know when we added Facebook with each other.
You added me first.
I think, I added you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so
But
cute.
I didn't know that you were available for me.
Yeah. And I didn't know you either.
Okay, I'm melting already. Wow. Former boss, or boss still. for a long, long time, just so you know, this is some inside information, as I worked under this guy for 4 years. We were speculating for 4 years, and people were speculating long before that, because this guy, we thought he was married to the profession, to the job. And we were always speculating what kind of women would be able to take him away, to rip him away from work because of his work ethics and all that.
You thought that there would be no one, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. And we were all speculating, and just out of the blue, one day, bang, you just came across. So I want to direct this question to you, considering you were the one that were grilling me all this time. What was so special about her that, you know, made you make the jump?
So actually, you know, I've seen her many times on TV hosting The Voice, sing my songs, shows, and I'm a fan of her.
Chúc mừng bạn đã hoàn thành phần dự thi của mình, và bạn nhìn thấy điều gì đang xảy ra đây ạ? 3 người còn lại đã hết quyền lựa chọn rồi, nhưng mà họ vẫn sẵn sàng sử dụng nút switch của mình để mà lựa chọn bạn về với đội của họ ạ.
I love the way she hosts the show, and I love her the intelligence, the intelligence way of hosting the show, and how she put her effort into it. And I can see that from the viewpoint of a producer, you know. And one day when I watched the show on TV as usual, I dream of marrying her. So I met her in a dream first. She was there, you know, in a white dress. She was beautiful as an angel, and she was smiling at me, and I was in cloud nine. I didn't know what happened, but I think when I woke up, I think the universe sent me a message. I have to talk to this girl.
When did you become such a lover boy?
No, I think...
I'm so not used to this. It's freaking me out. I'm so not used to
I have to
this.
tell you guys that this is like the 1,000th time I have heard about this story, and Phoebe have heard about this. I don't know how many times you have heard about this, but at least one time in our wedding, right?
Yes.
And what makes me really happy is every time he talks about it, he, you know, like his energy is the same, his eagerness you can see, and I can feel his faithfulness.
His passion, right? Well, I mean, before you, I saw that passion dedicated to work, to bossing the hell out of me. But now I can see he's channeled all of that into you, into building this relationship.
But you know, the starting point of our relationship is also work. You know, the first time, so when I woke up, I took all my courage to say hello to her on Facebook and ask her out as two producers to sit down and talk about work. And so what impressed me in the first place is that she appeared without any makeup, no fancy gowns, no luxurious handbags, just simple. She walked to our dating venue, which is a Japanese restaurant, right?
Because as you know, it wasn't a date.
Of course. So yeah, there she was, you know, like only unlike what I saw on screen. And she talked about her projects, and I talked about mine, and we shared the same charisma of dedicating ourselves to work.
I see what you're doing here, though. You're driving us back to the topic about work. I can see that. It's your occupational habits. I see that.
No, you know that it's truly our starting point, because at first I accepted his invitation to the date just to talk about work. We keep talking about our projects, our passion as a TV producer and editor in VTV, how we run our work work enthusiastically.
Yes.
Yes, and I love listen to someone who dedicate himself for what he does. That's why I, like it comes very natural,
Yeah.
naturally. Yeah.
Naturally. So I not fell in love right away, but I felt that there was
Yeah, it's a
something
process.
between us. There was something between us that we should continue. And I still keep that dream in mind.
Oh, this lovebirds.
As a worker, you guys are editors, producers. Maybe distinguish a little bit about your different personalities and how different you are in terms of your working styles, right? And what is an editor? What is a producer at VTV like?
So an editor or producer at VTV is the one who in charge of producing shows and news and all sort of thing. I think some people call us journalists, but I don't think we are good enough to be journalists, because for me, journalist is a big concept. It requires a lot of qualities to be a good journalist. Sometimes I call myself storyteller rather than a producer. And I think she agreed with that.
You just look at us presenting ourselves on screen glamorously, like you and all of us today wearing makeup and very beautiful outfit like this. But we both know that it's sweat and tears behind, because that it took 10 years for me to be a TV producer like me today, and I have to start from scratch. Like I have to clean the floor. I had to clean the floor at first in the studio. I was the assistant to the MC like you. Like it's very hard for me, and it's a long process to become a professional TV producer from a new graduated student.
A lot of people see you in entertainment, and they see you in very patriotic and Vietnam-oriented types of programs, right? Do your brains work differently? Because a lot of the times we think, okay, if you're really patriotic, there's no room for entertainment, or if you're in entertainment, there's no room for serious things, right? How do your brains work?
Yes, how do you guys intertwine?
I think we are like-minded people, of course, because she is in entertainment, of course, but she's also does some patriotic
Peace story. Peace story.
Peace story. She also hosts Peace Story at a Martyrs Cemetery at Trường Sơn, right, or Quảng Bình, and she's done all types of shows, and I do all types of shows too. I can be talking about patriotic stories or overseas Vietnamese looking to go back and to have a connection with their homeland or motherland. But I can also do shows like entertainment. I interview American Idol. I interview Prince William, right?
Yeah, Prince William is very entertaining.
Of course, all sort of stories. So our minds, our brains function as the way that we want to go towards the best story. How to we shape the story in a way that it can capture the attention of the audience. At the same time, deliver a message. So all we want is to deliver a message, positive message to the audience.
Many people out there have this misconception about our job, thinking that it's the pinnacle of the job is looking glamorous, being famous. But in truth, there's so much going behind the scenes. There's an art to it. Now, can you sort of tell the audience out there, as well as everybody else who aspires to be a journalist or a reporter, what it takes to be a storyteller, a good storyteller?
So only one thing. You have to love telling stories. Telling good stories and telling stories that can move people. So that's the only quality. But in order to have that quality, you have to ask yourself first, firstly, you have to ask yourself if you love this job that you are ready to sacrifice everything for it.
And what have you sacrificed for this?
My youth. No, just kidding, you know. I have to sacrifice, not just that kind. To me, it's not like sacrifice, but because to me, sacrifice means like I get something back, which is my ability to tell story better. So that is the quality that I have to be thankful for this job, you know. Now, before I am, if you look at me like at 20 years old, I was really shy. I didn't know how to tell a story in the way that captivating can captivate people. But now I know what to tell first and what not to tell, so that people can focus on the thing that matters to them.
So I want to share my opinion about this. I think this job is not for the one who is not patient. You need to be patient, and it takes from, I think, 3 to 6 years to fulfill your skills and knowledge in this profession. You can see nowadays that there are a lot of youngsters who's on TV who presenting themselves very beautifully. But what happened after that? Many people have quit their job after a short time because I think they are not patient enough to catch up with the work, which is very pressure. For example, you have to meet the one who very strict like him, who judge all your products. And at first you can do something very bad and you get bad comments. But after that, you have to grow up from that and you learn it. And it's a long process.
Okay, so let's spend a few more questions to talk about your career, because I think it's so important to be able to have our audience understand what really is daring to tell, right? You guys are telling other people's stories, but are there, certain stories within your own inner desires that you feel like you don't dare to tell yet? And are there other people's stories that you don't dare to tell yet?
I often interview famous people, and there are a lot of stories that they want to tell. Or maybe they don't want to tell, but if I ask, they can share with me on screen. But I think sometimes it's not about what you want to tell or how dare you to tell that story. It's about, like giving your guest a space. Maybe telling this story is good for him. Maybe it's not. So you as a host, you have to acknowledge it. And you keep asking, but you keep a space for your guest to keep the secret, the information that they want to hold it. And sometimes in the talk show, there will be something untold. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. People can see who you are, can see what you want to do without knowing 100% of information you want to share. And I think it's very important.
Well, talking about chatting, I think it's now the right and the ripe time for us to open the floor so that the audience can ask you guys some questions as well. The audience has probably seen you, Ling, but maybe not yet Lingku. So guys, take this opportunity to voice your questions to our guests today.
I have this question for Lingku. You told us before that the key to being a successful producer is to tell a good story. And I think it's the same for any occupation, and mine's the same. So how do you
Excuse me, what do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Oh, okay.
So how do you tell a good story, and how did you train yourself that skill?
Thank you for your question. Being a good storyteller, you have to, for example, first train yourself that you have to choose a story to tell first. And then if you have a good story that have a lot of ups and downs, you have to choose the starting point how to start the story, where to start the story. We call it inciting incident. We have to choose the inciting incident, the key point to tell first, and then guide our listeners towards the story. And we have to promise with an ending, a good ending. So that's my trick. And some unexpected detail ahead. You have to keep listening. So that's my key to make the story interesting all through from beginning to end.
Thank you.
All right, those great questions are the gateway to our next section. It's called the IELTS Face-off Challenge, and I'm so excited. I think you're going to be super excited to be able to challenge him finally.
That's right.
To something.
Waited 7 years for this. I was challenged for 4 years, and now finally the moment for me to have my revenge.
IELTS Face-off Challenge coming right up next. Don't go anywhere.
Hi guys, my name is Nguyễn. I'm a student at National Economic University. So I want to talk with you about the days I dare to do. Yes, I have a trip to listen. Before this trip, I has no money and the leg is broken because I have an accident at the road from Thái Nguyên to Hanoi. I had ever booked this trip, but I try to for trips. Yes, with the brokenness, it's so terrible. But I continue my trips. Yeah, that is the moment there to do.
We're now back with IELTS Face-off Challenge, and I'm going to explain the rule today. Our contenders today are Songling.
What we have to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. All right, everybody, this is the rule of the game. Now, the rule of the game is this. I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions about the other person. And, of course, you're going to have to guess the right answer, and the right answer is going to be written on the board. Okay, so let's get the game started, because I definitely want to see who's going to be the one that will get punished. All right, can we have the board up, please? We're going to start the game by inviting you guys to stand up. So let's have Feeling to stand and write your answers, and Linku to guess answers. All right, Mike, I need you to help with this game.
Cool. How may I be of service?
So the rule of the game is I'm going to ask those questions. Feeling is going to write an answer, and Linku, after 10 seconds, will guess what the answer is.
Look very serious.
Okay, so the first question is Feeling's favorite song. Oh, that should be easy. That should be super easy.
Too easy. Shallow.
All right, Linku, do you have an idea of what this is? Of what the song is?
Shallow.
Shallow. You sure that's your final answer? Are you sure that's your final answer? I give you another.
A Vietnamese song.
A Vietnamese song. Okay, I know it.
I think we should wait till she finishes.
I just can't say it out loud.
You can sing.
Think sweet. What song? Think. What's the song? Một.
Okay, no. All right, Linku, come on over, find out what the answer is, and Feeling, you can go on to the other side.
Yeah.
All right, Feeling.
It's just suddenly he doesn't remember.
Do you even know about this, Linku, or is this the first
I know
time?
about this, but she has
He
a lot
even
of
can
favorite
sing.
songs. We always sing Shallow. This is a new song.
What was his debut program as a presenter? Ooh, history lesson.
I think I know this because I actually came. I
During that
started
time?
working with him in 2012.
Right. Ooh.
Yep.
Expat living.
Yes.
Damn.
That's right.
Hello and very warm welcome to Expat Living.
As you already see, I am in the middle of the jungle and in front of a cave. Can you guess where I am? I am about to set my foot into the largest cave in the world, right here in Vietnam, Sơn Đông Cave.
We keep talking about work, so we cannot skip it.
Did you know that I was also a part of it too? That I ran
He's
that
the
show as
producer
well?
and host of that show.
Yeah.
What is the one thing you think about when you miss him? I think that's a thing. Linku, it's a thing.
And I can give you a hint. You're going to like the answer, so don't fail her.
Baby?
Baby.
Such a lovely thing.
And more romantic, right?
You are so more romantic. Okay, we give you one more try. Please.
You want to
Do
see
the right
it?
thing.
That's right.
You want to come and see it?
You've been given a second chance. You're going to like the answer.
What she thinks about when she misses you.
A kiss.
What is Linku's favorite color?
Oh, that's easy. That should be easy.
You never know. He's a very
That's
colorful
the
person.
color that I don't like very much. I hardly have that kind of color in my wardrobe, which is the color logo. Face-off.
Color of our show. The theme
Color of this chair. Red. Yes. Red.
Right.
Wow.
And why is red your favorite color, Ling?
I don't know why. It's, I love red.
He's a passionate human being. I share that with him too.
I
Beautiful
just
color.
thought you were suspicious because you're the fire. That's why you like red.
Maybe. And she's
And she's
the
water.
tree. No, she's tree.
Oh, she's a tree.
So she loves green.
I love green.
Huh.
Okay. The question is, what is his first gift that you really liked? The first gift to you that you really liked. And don't say baby.
It's long.
All right, Linku.
So the gift, I think, in my opinion, that she likes is a book called Thuật Yêu Đương.
And how did you know this?
It's written by our favorite author.
Nguyễn Duy Cần.
Wow.
A
What does
book,
it talk about?
A book that teaches you how to love and how to be loved in the right way.
Wow.
Here on IELTS Face-off, we hate to say goodbye. And in order to keep these guys here for a bit longer, I'm going to buy some more time and stall with some idioms or vocabulary that are their favorites. Now, any idioms or anything that you would like to inspire our audiences with?
One word that I really love is ikigai. Is a concept, Japanese concept, which is the intersection of 4 elements in life that are important to one person. Is what you're good at, what the world needs, what you're paid for, and what you love. So in life, people chase for ikigai, but I think I have my ikigai, which is my life now.
Well, I think that transitions to the perfect ending for the show today. You know, you have what you love, you have what the world needs, right? You have, you know, what you're paid to do. And I think one of the things that we would want to tell people from your story is that people can definitely be a lot more daring to tell their own stories, to tell other people's stories. When you're scared of not being able to tell those stories, just go out there and start saying something. To dare to tell is not just about to dare to say something that the community needs, but to also dare to say something that can help the community change their way of thought. And to dare to tell is always something that we try to do here on the show. Maybe in one way or another, we might be living the ikigai lifestyle. And if you're at home, share your story with us, dare to speak, and dare to tell. We'll see you again next time. Ciao, ciao.